On February 19, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev inspected the ongoing restoration of individual houses and infrastructure in Ballija village in the Khojaly district. The head of state also met with a group of residents who had relocated to the village. The president delivered a speech at the meeting.
Former IDPs have been living in the village of Ballija for 2 months now. I met several former IDPs here today and observed their housing conditions. I am delighted that life has returned to the village of Ballija after a long break. Former IDPs are gradually returning to their ancestral lands in groups, almost every month. The Great Return program is well underway. Nearly all the lands that were once under occupation are undergoing restoration. Yesterday, I got acquainted with the construction and restoration efforts underway in Agdam district. I am here today, and I have also visited Konkendi. Wonderful work is underway there too, and new jobs and enterprises are emerging. By my decree, Garabor University has been established, with more than 1,000 students currently enrolled. We are doing everything necessary to restore life here, including building secondary schools, medical centers, and more. We are restoring our cities and villages. The restoration of the village of Ballija is also in its final stages. According to my information, 137 houses have already been restored, with about 60 more to be restored. A total of 460 former displaced persons have already moved to Ballija. We have restored the houses, and there are ample opportunities for farming. The land is fertile, and the air is clean. The entire Karabakh region and the East Zangiza region are reviving, and we see this clearly every day. Of course, it is the duty of our state to create the best conditions for people who spent years longing for their homeland. This is my primary duty as president today. We put an end to the occupation. In 2023, as a result of the anti-terror operation, we liberated this region from occupation as well. Ballija and hundreds of other settlements are completely free of the occupiers, and we are now restoring life there. In other words, we are doing everything in stages and by ourselves. No one helps us. We are using our own capabilities, relying on our own strength and the capabilities of the Azerbaijani people. All restoration and construction efforts are carried out at the expense of the state, and in a short period of time. 4 years have passed since the Second Karabakh War. But notice how much work has been done everywhere, not just in Khojaly district. However, restoring the city of Khojaly was our most important task. After all, it was the people of Khojaly who suffered the most from the war, the occupation, and the difficult ordeals of the First Karabakh War, as well as the genocide that was committed against them. Therefore, liberating Khojaly was always on the agenda. After the Second Karabakh War stopped on November 10, 2020, all the displaced people were fully aware that we would not consider our work complete until Khojaly was liberated. Not only Khojaly, but also Konkendi, Agdara, Khojavand, and Askaran districts were completely liberated from the occupiers. Hundreds of villages are waiting to embrace their owners. Ballija village is the 10th settlement we have restored, and to which former displaced people have returned. This is part of the first stage of the Great Return program. I repeat that about 500 people already live here. Those who lived in this region, as well as their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, have now returned. This once again shows how attached our people are to their land. Today, young children who have never seen this region or these places before, our youngsters, are eagerly returning here to work, build, and create a new life. In my numerous meetings with former IDPs who have returned to their lands, I always ask young people if they are not bored here. They say, "No, we are not, because we are attached to our homeland, to our native land." This attests to the high moral qualities of our people. I congratulate you. Let me say again that you have been moving here in stages for 2 months now, starting from December 13th and continuing to this day. The process is still ongoing. There are still houses that need to be restored, and we will restore them. People here should live comfortably, safely, and happily. To do this, the Azerbaijani state will continue to do everything necessary in the future. I congratulate you again.
The residents expressed their gratitude to the head of state for the conditions created. President Ilham Aliyev posed for photographs together with the residents.